Mizkif got canceled a couple years back, having to do with the fact that it looked like he covered up for a friend of his who had, I believe, SA'd another individual.
Birds of a feather flock together, dog. New Mizkif allegations are horrific. Video by Quinthio. I've been seeing via Twitter how bad of a person Mizkif is. Now, mind you, I've never watched a stream. I never watched a video. I'm not even subscribed to Buddy. But I seen some crazy allegations being spread about Buddy. And I need to see, because if you got the receipts and he's pack-upable, it's time to pack him up.
Allegations have been brought against Mizkif, very well-known streamer from another top streamer, Emeru,
I don't know.
who's also been in the news this last week.
Now I know about Emeru.
SA'd
Only because
at
like
TwitchCon.
Emeru had a generational run where every on my YouTube feed, I'm seeing mad shorts about her. And I'm guessing she's like a cosplayer or something like that. Like, again, I'm pretty sure there's on the Poggers community, and I really don't watch anyone from the Poggers community. No offense to the Poggers, but I know of being a cosplayer. What I'm hearing is Mizkif and Emeru, if that's how you say her name, no disrespect, what were a thing. But that's all I know. Let's get back to it so we can get more details.
But getting back to what we're talking about in this video, Emeru has made a lot of allegations toward Mizkif, and they're all horrific. Emeru directly accused him of psychological and domestic abuse, stalking, harassment, threats of blackmail, and SA. Now
And all these, especially the SA, all she needs is that receipt via text, a clip, because if she's that popular, you know she's streaming a lot, bro. And she has a clip. Pack this dude up.
Covered this all in about an hour and a half on a stream from today. And so I watched that entire thing. I'm going to break down the key points for it for you guys so you can understand what's going on. First,
I appreciate you, because I don't know nothing.
If my mic is getting moved around a lot. My mic arm broke, so I have to hold this while I'm going over all this. We're going to start first with this Dexerto article talking about this, simply because I want to give anybody who isn't aware
Shout out to you for doing all the research.
More contact.
I know damn well you and I here trying to or farm. Use the light skin face. Mew, as people are saying. You gotta do something about them eyebrows, gang. I don't care how rich and famous you are, bro. There's no reason for you to look that unkept. Like, you could at least, and I don't even got that much facial hair, bro, but you could at least trim that John up. Get them eyebrows situated, because them joints, them dishes is not perpendicular. I do not care how blue your eyes is, nigga. You look chopped as fuck.
Are a little bit more context down here. So Emeru and Mizkif were previously in a relationship and lived together in Austin, Texas.
This is low-key why I don't think
part of the OTK
content creators or streamers need to date each other, dog.
A lot of people that have just kind of like been aware of Twitch, and if you've kind of seen it here or there,
man's chair look mad comfortable,
surfaced on the internet. There's a very good chance that you've seen Mizkif. He's been a very big streamer for quite some time now. And Emeru was living with him. They were never public about being in a relationship, but people suspected as much, being that they were in the same house. And of course, Emeru confirms this.
So they hid their relationship. I get that y'all are like mad public figures, but if y'all in the same house together, there's no way y'all are just roommates. And you already know how the parasocial is going to do. At that point, I don't see a purpose of hiding y'all's relationship as two public figures. Is it to protect her bag? Does she have a lot of tips? Washing her? Probably, because niggas are weird. But you already know Mizkif does not have that problem. And if it do, it's just off some gold digger stuff, bro.
Context out of the way, I want to show you guys the intro that Emeru gave talking about
this on our stream.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year,
now, is she reading off of her phone?
And not talk about
or
him at all.
Is she just that emotionally distraught?
This issue and just not make it a public.
Because you can hear the pain from her.
Light allegations. Those are some pretty heavy accusations to be throwing Mizkif's way. Now, during this stream, I think they mentioned it a couple of times, but they let their stream know that they have consulted their lawyer before even coming forward with this.
Oh,
and they spoke with them before they went live and are sharing any of this. But continuing on,
she got the lawyer involved in
talking about this now. And it has to do with the fact that she was told by some other content creators that he had done something similar to another individual, another woman.
Offense.
And now she kind of feels an obligation to get this information out
pack
there
him
and
up
make sure
now.
that nobody goes through what she
pack him up and anyone that's in his circle.
A lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started so that people understand what prompted me to do this today. and that it's not just on a whim or something like that. I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me, and to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer.
I think she's reading
creator,
from her
but
phone, though.
obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything.
Following up after that, she ends up talking about her move from where she originally was living alone in Kansas over to living with Mizkif in Texas. And this is where she confirms that yes, as most people had figured out, they had a relationship during that time.
A lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022 after I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden.
Now, was this prompt to what happened to her via TwitchCon? Because I seen a clip where a rando freakazoid fan came up to her and tried to like hug and kiss on her. And when security finally showed up, it looked like he was pulling something out of his pocket that could potentially harm her. So when she got back from TwitchCon, is this the reason why she had to air all this ish out? Or is there a deeper problem? Because if Mizkif has been doing this to multiple gals and she's the one that's speaking up about it to shed the light on Mizkif, this is probably something that should have been aired out a year ago. If y'all dated for 2 years and it started in 22, y'all broke up in 24. I guess you have to let it breathe for a little bit just so it doesn't seem like malicious or petty. But I feel like she should have spoke about this way earlier so we could have packed him up way earlier. Because you don't do this. I don't even know what this is yet, but you don't psychologically, emotionally, physically assault or abuse people, especially a woman. You don't do that. You are a man. You don't do that, bro. Did your dad do that to your mama? And if you say yeah, you and your dad should be packed up. Realistically, jail. No cap, jail. I don't care how much money you got to pay bond. No bond. Jail.
From friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured it out. They're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship.
I think obviously it's important to make that clear.
So you needed her for something and she needed you for something, either emotional support or whatever. Your weaknesses were her strength and vice versa. Okay.
Verification and make sure we're all on the same page about them having a relationship, that it was codependent, that they were very much relying on each other. I think it just helps provide a bit of context and understanding for the following claims and how they came to be, like the domestic abuse, etc. Now, you could expect at the time, of course, Mizkif was a lot bigger than Emaru was, and so going over there and then now getting into a relationship, there's clearly a power dynamic there, you know, tied to their work, things like that. All that to say that she makes a point that other people have noticed or were assuming that this is what was going to be the content of this stream, that Mizkif was incredibly controlling.
The start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over
now I know nothing about Mizkif whatsoever.
To a degree, who I was friends with, and
you don't want her to wear certain things to farm engagement from the Creepazoid. She's a cosplayer. She's not a unattractive lady. There's gonna be people that gonna think that she's attractive regardless. So if she wants to dress up like Nurse Joy, she can do that. You knew her body, no freaky, bro. You knew what she was doing, her content style, her personality, what she do before you dated her, and you tried to manipulate her to change what she do. Then what was the point of you getting with her, bro? To ride her clout, bro? Was she doing better than you? Are you an insecure man? You a mama's boy. Your mama gave you everything. You was spoon-fed. Your mama gave you everything. You didn't have to fight or work for nothing.
Even when I would stream.
And so that leads into her talking about one of these first instances where Mizkif was throwing things at her, throwing bottles at her. More than that, also throwing his phone at her.
It was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening.
You threw a phone at her?
Like, for example,
that's the most middle school
plastic bottles of liquid in it, not like glass bottles.
Outrage I've ever heard.
Despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him.
And you can tell Emery's like an
an
extremely nice girl.
And one time it even hit
young
me in
lady,
the eye, which caused me to get a black eye. But he always, you know, was like, "Oh, it's an accident," and I was.
You threw a phone at her, and it hit her in the eye, and you saying that it was an accident. You a bitch. Straight up and down, left and right, bro. You are a bitch. A bitch ass nigga. You are a bitch. Mizkif.
I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like at the time, I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off. And looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries.
Now, in regard to this black eye specifically, we actually have a post from
it's him seeing how far he can do to get like what
after she had went live.
It's to see what he can get away with and what you allow.
Where some viewers have noticed Emeru's black eye, likely from the bottle incident discussed today. And so she actually talks about getting a black eye, and then towards the end of it, she accidentally alt tabs. And people clipped the alt tab that she had done, and it revealed this photo, what looks to be her, and showing the black eye. They zoomed into it. Again, this isn't confirmed. It's just what people are suspecting.
Okay.
It falls in line with the timeline. Talks about having a black eye. It just kind of like fits in all of those parameters, and then this photo showed up in that alt tab. Emeru ends up bringing up the...
But what if that wasn't an incident? Maybe she was like secretly crying for help and was expecting the internet FBI agents, you know how y'all be doing, to press the issue even more without her actually having to say anything. What if that was a cry for help?
The Mizkif cover-up allegations, for those who don't know, if you just do a search, Mizkif got canceled a couple years back, having to do with the fact that it looked like he covered up for a friend of his who had, I believe, SA'd another individual.
Birds of a feather flock together, dog. So you telling me Mizkif defended one of his friends that had the allegation of SAing someone? And the same allegations apply to you now. And you hoping that same friend that you protected protects you? No, pack both of y'all up. Who's the friend? Pack his ass up too. Just a group full of bitch ass niggas. And y'all gave this dude, this goofy, a platform. And to have such a platform and still be a bitch doesn't make sense to me.
He ended up going to court for it. It's been this huge thing. The reason that ties in is, of course, Emeru was with him at the time, and she ended up trying to help him, but she noticed that very clearly at around this time.
One thing I don't play with is harming a woman, bro.
Of everything going
I was raised by a single mother,
this is when
bro,
things
and
start
I was raised
really
in a house,
for Emeru,
a household full of nothing but women.
Just goes into
I don't
Mizkif
tolerate this
being
whatsoever.
Incredibly insecure about himself, from what Emeru is talking about.
From a dude with no father in his life, I don't tolerate this shit, bro.
Behaviors that he was exhibiting, like not allowing them to stream at the same time.
He never wanted to stream.
But that makes sense, to not want to stream at the same time, because more than likely y'all share the same community. One streams on an opposite time or opposite day as the other. Therefore, you're not splitting the viewership. But if Emeru, I don't know exactly what she go about with streaming, let's just say at 1 o'clock, and her stream ends at, let's just say 6 o'clock, then Mizkif should have streamed at 6 to whenever. Therefore, she could raid him and vice versa. Then it wouldn't even been an issue.
At the same time as me, like we really avoided it.
He was just scared that you was gonna do better than him.
I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both gonna perform better. You know, it makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
We're never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like,
which makes sense,
special things.
Now this goes on like this for a couple years until the first stream that everybody's saying that they ended up doing together was for a Rust event, a game called Rust. And she's going to explain a bit about this, but we actually have clips from that event that end up corroborating the story that she's about to tell us.
Oh, we got evidence. We got receipts.
Streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops. So
I don't know what Rust Kingdom is.
It was the first time in a very long time.
Is it that survival game that I'm thinking about?
We were live at the same time, doing the same thing, basically. I know you're probably like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But it'll make sense in a bit. So I'm live, he's live, we're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event. I start seeing in my chat people start saying unofficial Miz raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me saying like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. Basically, he was upset because I had higher viewership than him.
You told her that you was gonna self-delete because she had higher viewership than you. Weren't y'all in the same household? Wasn't y'all in a thing together? Which means if she wins, you win, and vice versa. You're just crying out for attention. You threatened her with self-harm because of attention. You wanted her to end stream basically so you can capitalize on the viewership. Again, you a bitch.
That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him. He starts messaging me. He's really upset.
Because you doing,
tell him, I was like, bro,
because you are a better streamer than him.
Fun. Everyone's like wondering where you are.
More entertaining.
And then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. In that house, I had a glass door so I could like see this was happening. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore.
I did a Google search, dog. How old is Mizkif, bro? This nigga is 30. You're slamming doors, breaking doors because she's more entertaining than you. And you are a grown ass man acting like you're fucking 6 because you didn't get what you wanted, like a spoiled child. Your dad, your parents did not punish you enough as a kid, bro, for you to be acting this fucking stupid.
I'm back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and
so hard that the noise gate picked it up.
Like, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me. And, like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this, like, really happening?
What did she take, bro?
Drops. And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was, like, going off on me, like, basically saying that he hated me.
He wants all the attention.
Well, I don't know what to do.
You can tell this is serious because she's anxiously and nervously fidgeting with a piece of paper and her hands are shaking. Body language. She's not lying at all. Look at her hand. Look at her hand.
No, and he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong.
Now, to corroborate this story, just
he's a bitch.
We also have, again, live stream fails. People were able to find it. This is
we got those
stream,
receipts,
with
my boy.
Playing Rust with Emaru. They're actually showing the viewer count at the same time. It starts out with Emaru having...
He needs to be wearing an all-orange jumpsuit with some serial numbers on his back, bro. He needs to be going to jail.
7,500. Mizkif having 13,000. And so it's showing clips in between of them, you know, going through, playing the game, doing their event, leading up to the point when Emaru starts to overtake him with viewership. And from that point...
Nigga, you still had 13,000 on the stream. Be grateful. When I stream, we might have 5. And I'm grateful for everyone. Twitch might be 5. Kick, we might be sitting at like 8. Sometimes we be at 30. I haven't cracked 100 yet, and I'm still grateful for everyone that pulls up to the chat or the stream, bro. And you're getting mad because your lady at the time is doing better than you. You still have 13,000. Be humble.
I'm just going to play you guys a few clips stitched together from this video to show you exactly what she was talking about, where she overtakes him, he ends up going off stream, and you can see her like flinching every time it happens and then her stepping away.
19,000, he's bitching about it.
Wait, our houses literally look exactly...
She literally has 6,000 more viewers than you, bro.
No, I hardly slept last night. That's why I seem tired today. Because I'm honestly fucking tired, chat, I'll be honest. I'm pretty tired. I'm just tired. Alright, chat. I'll see you guys later. I will see you guys probably tonight, if not tomorrow. I just need a nap. I'm fucking zooted out of my mind.
What does unofficial Mizraid mean?
Why are we all acting like we haven't murdered?
And
like
she heard
we
it.
haven't pillaged. Like we have.
Come on, bro.
She had a one-hit advantage. She was coming after me.
Come on, bro.
Back. The fuck is this?
Well, I have some cloth in my house. go to the restroom real quick.
And she's trying her best to play it off, bro.
Yeah, she's trapped now.
Fine, look what I did.
Hello, sorry. It's like 20 minutes. Oh. Hello.
Now, honestly, I mean, just having
Nah,
those
bro, that's absolutely disgusting. I'm tired, chat. Oh, I'm just tired. Oh, I'm just zooted out of my mind. Zooted means you're high as fuck. There's no world where zooted means I'm tired. Zooted means when I take the host, I go to the moon. Moon. So you blatantly lied to the people that you're not even grateful of having. You had 19,500. Who cares if she has 30,000? You want to be one of the #1 streamers? You're never typing. Moist Critical, who barely even streams, and if that's a stretch, you show as hell ain't topping fucking Kai Cenat. Hell, I Show Speed pulled 1 million on one of his live streams, and you're getting upset because your old lady has 30,000 while you have 19,000. Ungrateful as fuck. And then wants to slam the door. If you're willing to cause this big of a ruckus at 30 years old, mind you, you're gonna continue to do this. You want a woman who's going to obey your every command. Sir, she's not an animal. She's not a pet, bro. If you tell her to sit, she has the obligation to get the fuck up. She's a person. She's not a pet, bro. You want a fucking slave. Pack him up.
It's all set
I
together,
realistically
and
don't
it's
need to
going
see
just
no
about
more of this.
Exactly verbatim how she described it. And you can see even in the background Mizkif walking over and then the door slamming. It really is not looking good for Mizkif. Obviously, these are the claims coming from Emaru based on how she's presenting.
So then what
these
Miz funky ass had to say?
It just, for me personally, gives it a bit more credence or a bit more substance. But we don't have the full story yet. Obviously, Mizkif has not responded to this yet. I just figure it'd be important to be clear about the fact that I'm kind of leaning towards this seems pretty legitimate, particularly that clip, since we have that stream to corroborate.
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
That, she says that because of this event, it seems like he really did snap, and things start getting even worse from there. She says that this was the tipping. She also said that this was the tipping point for her, and this is when she kind of realized and made the decision that yes, I'm going to be moving out of the house now. She then
smart decision.
A few examples of the.
But was this before or after the black eye? Because realistically, the black eye should have been the call to get the fuck out. Even with something as, if he's willing to throw his phone at you, there's no telling what else he would do. And life is too precious to sit here and risk your life over a guy who's acting like he's fucking 5. He's 30. He was born in 95. If there's other content creators who will date who's a better fit for you, Emmy, than this bushy brow bitch ass nigga.
Domestic violence she had referenced earlier.
After like all of that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go.
If he's willing to punch a wall, which is going to cause more damage to him because the wall can't fight back, as a way to, I don't know, let out his anger, that just means it's only a matter of time before he punches you to take out his anger. Everybody knows if you dealing with any, anger issues, not to that severity, you just go to the gym. The gym is a great resource to just let out frustration, balance your hormones, boost your testosterone, be a better individual. It's damn near therapy. Your lady isn't your punching bag, my nigga. We don't do that, my nigga. Obviously, your dad didn't teach you right, bro.
Oh, see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. The holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I
YouTube channel got over 1 million subscribers, by the way.
Get away from him, and he would be
acting like a fucking
screaming at me.
child.
At the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like.
I'm only imagining that Mizkif been doing YouTube for at least 10 to 15 years, which means he got money way too early.
Wasn't like even necessarily because of.
Never took accountability for any of his actions.
A lot of the time, like one of the times
that's not how a man moves,
it was
bro.
Because we were just getting food and He was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well.
He's a fucking pick-me?
Like, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking.
You was willing and ready to end your life. She's in the car with you. So in both of y'all, because you wasn't in a Mr. Beast video, because you know what Mr. Beast videos do, like how much attention they rack up. And so if you're in the Mr. Beast video, you also get that attention. You're just a fucking pick-me. But what about me, guys? Face ass. You were that loser in middle school. You was that loser in high school. If you went to college, you was that loser in college. And as a grown-ass man at the big age of 30, you are still that loser.
About killing himself while doing it.
So that's
Pack him up.
Fucking insane. Unfortunately, this can kind of be corroborated by another content creator, Maya. Here's a relevant clip. It's also showing him throwing stuff at Maya. I mean, albeit just like right in their face. And she also ends up talking about the driving recklessly.
She's so uninterested.
She said no.
Maya unimpressed. That's what that was.
2 Starbucks bags of Starbucks I got you over the past few days.
Oh.
You know that she's doing a Twitch event and you decided to. Why hasn't anyone brought this out yet? Why are we waiting this long to do it? He should have been got packed. I don't care. I don't care if it was just 2 Starbucks bags. Why the fuck are you throwing something at a person, a girl, your lady, whatever? Why are you causing harm to another individual that ain't did nothing to you? Is she also performing better via Twitch than you are? You are a bitch.
Oh my god.
Mizkif, that was
Throw
not
it back.
funny.
Throw it
Yeah, there
back.
better be.
I would have sicked my dog on Mizkif with the quickness. And they used his name and like they called his name. You hear his voice. We know who did it. It doesn't matter that it's a bag, bro. You threw something at her. She's minding her own business streaming with 4 other individuals, bro. What's your excuse for doing this now, bro?
Oh my god, I would beat the shit out of him.
We're live.
Facts.
Fuck.
We're live, she says.
There's
And look
something
at
about
her.
being trapped in a car with an angry aggro man that is like the absolute most helpless thing. Dude, I did a guy that would go like 100 miles an hour on the, like we would fight in the car, which was never my decision. Like it just always like happened. Like we just.
So he's the one that triggered the fights in the car. Roger.
Would like fight in the car and then he'd go like 100 and I would like literally like beg him to slow down. I'd be so scared and I'd cry and then he would not slow down until I apologized.
So it's not direct.
So he gaslit you to make you feel like whatever his reasoning for starting the argument that you were the victim, just so you can stroke his ego and apologize. He's a bitch, bro. I really don't need to listen to no more of this. He is a bitch. All senses say he is a bitch.
Saying it was Mizkif. It's just, I guess the surrounding context makes it seem very much so like it was. For those who don't know, Maya also had dated Mizkif. I feel like the best spot to include a few other relevant clips would be right here since we're talking about
Okay, let's
Maya.
do it.
He
Let's
was
do it.
actually shown and fully admitted to getting incredibly jealous whenever Maya had higher views than he would.
Come
which falls in
on,
line
bro.
with what Emery was talking about him being insecure about this.
You had 7,000 viewers when you were playing the crane game.
I had 14,000 this morning IRLing at the nonprofit.
Okay, I didn't need to hear that.
He gets upset.
No, okay. I used no. I used to get upset. I'm not kidding you, chat. I used to legitimately get fucking pissed.
You still mad?
Because I'm like, are you fucking serious? I brought this bitch into the world, and now all of a sudden she.
You're mad right now as you're speaking, talking about she had 7,000 playing whatever, and she responds with, I had double this morning doing IRL. Then proceed to say you used to get jealous, you're not angry no more, but call her a bitch in front of her and however many people are watching you. Using your chat as a outlet to let frustration out, to play it off like you're not mad. Look at her face right now. I'm gonna run it back. Look at how her face shifts, bro.
Because I'm like, are you fucking serious? I brought this bitch into the world, and now all of a sudden she's fucking growing.
Yo, chopped ass jealous because this lady is outdoing you. Maybe she's just a better content creator than you, bro. Don't let all that bot shit you probably did. You over here with 20,000 subscribers on Twitch, bro. Be fucking grateful for that, bro. Most people only need about 300 subscribers, and the majority of their bills are paid. You have 20,000. No, let's do the math. No. Let's do the math, because niggas are Ungrateful. Don't believe me? Hold on. 20,307. A Twitch sub is $5.99. Shut the fuck up.
Faster than I was, because I was going like this, and she was going like this, and I'm like, what the hell is this crap? What is going on here? It's the fucking Babsity effect. So I was pissed. I'm like,
you're still pissed.
Such a pussy.
The fact that you can say that and feel like it's okay that you felt that way and just be like, yeah, I was like that. Like that is crazy.
You still like that?
Is it bad?
Yes.
And guess what? I don't care anymore.
That's bad.
You still do.
Anymore. And I stopped caring.
He's okay as long as I never have more viewers than him. If I ever surpassed him in viewership, which will never happen.
Oh, she'd be done. I'd pull the plug.
I think it's just important to show that corroboration of
That's
other people telling the
insane.
stories, like Maya, a previous partner of Mizkif. Next up, we have some screenshots of Mizkif interacting with Emeru, messaging her during a World of Warcraft streaming thing. And
you finna cause a fucking scene over World of Warcraft. This shit's making me mad. This shit's pissing me off.
he got upset because Emeru had picked the same class, which meant in Mizkif's mind that they were going to be constantly comparing him to Emeru. And so now that, you know, insecurity of his that's getting pressed is Emeru's
So she
fault
can't
for
be a better
choosing the
player
same
at a
fucking
class than
in World of
you?
Warcraft. As she brings these up, I'm just going to pause to read them out, but
Ain't that like misogyny? He wants to be a better because he's a man. He doesn't want his lady, because she a girl, to be better than anything than him. Then just fucking date a lady that's working at Walmart, nigga.
here it says, how do I know it's not just someone who doesn't follow LOL? Yes, I'm still wanting to be DPS, but for dungeons, I have to tank. Yeah. Mizkif says, you really don't. Like, you don't. Emeru, how can I not tank in dungeons? You straight up don't have to because you're a DPS. My group didn't have other warriors. Yeah, I know where this is going, and I'm not dealing with it. I asked for a boundary, and it's always crossed. You don't know boundaries.
The boundary was, hey, don't be the same class as I am, so I'm not compared to you. Then I need you to have that same type of energy with a pro World of Warcraft player who happens to be a woman, using the same class as you. Not because Emeru is your significant other at this time. If you're gonna get mad because a woman or Emmy is doing better than you at the tank, then you just suck at playing tank. Get a different character. Oh, I'm pissed.
Second one here. How can I not tank as a warrior in dungeons? Because you aren't a
I'm
tank.
pissed.
When I said I don't want to be a tank, I meant I don't want to tank in raid, which is still true because I don't know what I'm doing. Mizkif says you do not need to tank in dungeons. Now I'm going to get so much shit nonstop. And then he starts showing this.
What if no
Emmy's
one gave a
better,
fuck?
Emmy this. I can't have anything, Emmy. You just take. Not tank, just that simple. WTF does that mean? You already played warrior when I told you we were going to get compared. Emeru says in this one, I didn't have another warrior in any of my groups today and no warriors wanting to join. Mizkif says, girl with 27K, I'm assuming live.
We're complaining that because she has 27K live viewers, she didn't ask her chat if anyone wanted to hop in on the game and play. Maybe she didn't want to play with her fucking viewers, bruh. Maybe she already had a team with good comps. I don't know how WoW is played, bro. But you're getting mad because he's a bitch, bro.
Viewers couldn't find a warrior. You can every time. You just want to tank. I know what you're doing right now, and I'm not dealing with it. Emeru says there were no warriors asking to join, and why is it bad for me to pull in dungeons? Mizkif said, because now I'm going to get compared nonstop, because now people are just going to say you're better. Because I told you this when we first...
You was worried about getting compared, and now you getting judged, dog. Ain't that some shit? Karma is a bitch. You're digging a hole that I don't think you can get out of, bro. I don't even think Zero, Stanley Yilnats, can help you get out of this hole, bro.
Told me you wanted to play warrior, and it's already happening, and you just don't care about this stuff ever. Following that up, it says at the bottom, there's no boundaries with you. Now we're the same class, same thing, tanks. And Emeru's like, dude. And Mizkif says, don't dude me.
Come
I
on,
asked
bro.
for one thing with you, don't be a tank, and now you're tanking. What can I do? Emeru says, what am I supposed to do? He says, don't tank. Yep, there it is. Em says, I'm playing the game. And then Miz just starts doing this weird tank. Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate. And really starts going at it. The criticism.
And this is via Discord. You a bitch, bro.
You're worse than Emmy. The Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat. The comparison, since nobody will be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank and you didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. pee. And then she also provides screenshots of
Fuck
Mizkif
does pee
essentially
mean?
trying to contact her something like 40 times from January to now when they started this no contact, or at least Emaru did. I'm not really interested in reading through all of these, but to TLDR it for you
Thank
guys,
you, 'cause I'm
it's
not
a
reading
ton
that.
of love bombing and him just reattempting over and over and over again just to get her to.
This that toxic masculinity bullshit. This is what niggas did in middle school, bro. He has to be an individual that got into money and got popular on YouTube or whatever at an early age to where he never had to take accountability or grow up for nothing. So his mind is still in that bubble. He might be 30 years old, by the way, but he's acting literally like he's 14, 15. I know nothing about you, and the first time I hear anything about you, bro, is this, bro. You a bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch. I don't know how many
Contact
times.
him, and just
I don't know how many
multiple
times I got to
instances
say
of
that.
him saying like, you are the one person I love, etc. Now we're getting into probably the heaviest allegation made by Emaru, and that is her alleging that Mizkif had attempted to SA her.
So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him.
That's a
When this
boundary
was
cross right
happening, we
there.
hadn't talked in quite a while.
That's
and
a
I'm
boundary
usually
cross right
very
there.
uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that.
You wanted a bitch to complain and say that she crossed boundaries because your bitch ass was playing tank, so she was playing tank too. But while she's crying, sobbing, instead of asking, "Are you okay? Is there anything I can do? Do you need anything from me right now?" You decide to hug up on her, knowing that she has an issue. Yeah, at this time frame, y'all was probably separated. Y'all have a 2-year history. Of course, she's gonna be a little bit more accepting of you hugging on her. But if you know she has an issue, and you know y'all, you was doing some fuckery to her, bro. That's a boundary that is crossed right there.
That I'm not in a relationship with, but I let him hold me while I was crying, and he started kissing me in
Comforting.
my face.
Why are you kissing on her while she's crying, bawling her eyes out? Probably, she just wants to be comforted. Kissing isn't a thing of comforting, bro. She's probably accepted to it because you have a history with her. Y'all dated before. But you're trying to use her.
And I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then suddenly he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And
while she's crying, by the way, that's disgusting. You are disgusting on the outside and the inside. You are a horrendous creature of a person. What the fuck do you mean? You aggressively put your hands down her pants while she's crying.
I screamed. Yeah.
She screamed.
And when I screamed, he jumped off me.
Of course he did.
And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong."
You fucking think? I should be comforting you while you're crying in a time of need. No, I'm gonna try to get my rocks off. Jail. You don't deserve 20,307 subscribers on Twitch. You deserve 20,307 days in jail, bro.
I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying without
fleeing the
checking
situation.
if I was okay or anything.
This genuinely sounds horrific. I can't imagine to any partner or any past partner
That's
that I've
terrible,
had them being
bro.
in such a vulnerable state, literally crying their eyes out, that would lead into trying to make a move. Now again,
Yeah, that's
this is
fucking
Emaru
pathetic.
alleging this stuff towards Mizkif. We have to wait for a response. Funnily enough, while I've been recording this and like kind of refreshing pages, Mizkif is currently live. For the sake of making this useful for you guys, I'm going to be putting out this video, and then I'm going to go over Mizkif's stream, actually break it down, and then follow up with that video of his response. But to start to bring this video to a close, we have another instance where she claims that Mizkif had talked to one of the employees of Emaru and said that if she tried to talk about anything that she's talking about, that he would destroy her.
Even
You're threatening blackmail? So we got physical, verbal, emotional abuse, SA, and now blackmail? You are the most greasiest, filthiest, disgusting, hideous, horrendous piece of shit I have ever seen, bro. You deserve everything negative that's coming your way.
something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, If Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her, whatever that means.
Now, this is kind of alluding to the blackmail part of these claims. And this involves Mizkif apparently wanting to stage this like smear campaign against Emaru if she were to ever come forward.
Of course, because like the toxic trait is deflect anything that's your problem, your fault, your reasoning, your cause, and throw that bit towards the individual. Gaslighting to make them seem like they're actually the problem and you're the victim. Of course that's your move.
With any of this information by claiming from Emery's perspective falsely that she abused her rabbits. Apparently he had reached out to other content creators to try.
Nigga, did she have the rabbits while she was staying with you? Then those are your rabbits too. So if she's incapable of taking care of the pets, because I don't know, she has an event, she has a certain stream, and you're not streaming because you don't want to stream the same time she's streaming, so she doesn't outperform you, then it's your responsibility also to take care of the fucking rabbits. Because if she's misharming and you're not doing nothing about it, you're also misharming. Am I tripping?
Try to get them on board to talk about this if this situation were to go down and they
make her seem like a bad person because of some fucking rabbits. Sir, you threw something at her. You gave her a black eye. You threatened to end everything in the car going 150 miles an hour. You came to her. You disregarded boundaries. You hugged her. You kissed on her. And then you tried to make a move on her. That does not hold any weight. The rabbit thing holds no weight.
At the beginning, before I started like fully telling the story, I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had hooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, like about the abuse or anything else,
I need them employees to send a
receipt
receipt
and say that I killed my rabbit. And I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot when we lived together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused.
Yeah, that does indeed sound insane. Funnily enough, as I'm going through and finding these clips, there are clips surfacing from Mizkif's stream that's going on right now of him talking about the rabbits. So I'll be sure to cover that in this follow-up video.
And she called the play.
At face value, though, that does sound insane. I'd be very interested to see if Mizkif brings any receipts. Now, as this all kind of comes to a close, Emaru says that she is getting a restraining order against Mizkif in Texas and California.
I also wanna say, just so people,
a restraining order isn't enough though. He needs to go to fucking jail.
And then, you know, I am already in the process of filing a restraining order on him in both Texas and California. And I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for the stream that I did today and for coming out about him. Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap.
Don't nobody give a fuck if he tries to sue. Obviously, you're doing better than him. Obviously, if you have the receipts for the verbal, physical, emotional abuse, the SA, it's nothing he can do besides get a reduced sentence. And I still need that 20,307 days.
I think it's very helpful for Emaru's case that she's also taking legal action in this situation. She also mentions at the end she wouldn't be surprised that Mizkif would sue her for PR. That makes sense. At the same time, if this information is slanderous in some way, shape, or form, obviously he's going to sue her because she's a huge streamer and these are very heavy allegations that are being levied. I'm very curious to hear what you guys are.
That's gonna be it for the video, bro. We gonna cover part 2, Mizkif's side of the story tomorrow. He's That's disgusting. That's hideous even, bro. Oh my God. We need to pack him and everybody else that's in his circle, even the guy that he tried to defend years ago or whatever, pack them up too. We need to get these weirdos off the net. They don't need a platform. They don't need to have the opportunity or the blessing for 20,307 subscribers, bro. There's way better streamers, way better people in the same industry than these individuals who are ungrateful, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man.